Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris, and for today's message, what I have coming through is it's this knowing, it's really this knowing, just this gnosis of life, this gnosis of who you are, of your own expression, of your own uh, involution. It's just you know who you are, you know what you're here to do, you know what you're here to, who you're here to be, and the thing is everything you do, even the way that you fail, even the way that you breathe, even the way that you live and go about life, everything is exactly who you are meant to be. Nothing needs to change. Okay, there's a little correction on the nothing needs to change part, but it's not that nothing needs to change, it's that this gnosis means this listening to your inner voice, your inner guidance of when there is something that comes up. What is the way and the path that moves you to shift, to change that direction? It actually requires quite a bit of force, quite a bit of movement that comes from within to, to push and move you forward and through. And so it's listening to this little gnosis, listening to the self. And now, how do you listen to your gnosis? Well, the interesting thing is, a lot of the time the gnosis, well, it starts off with whatever you're doing is not right. It just absolutely feels heavy and painful, and that there is just something more, there's something different, there's just something else available to live. And that's your gnosis. And then from that, you're like, okay, so what is another way of doing it, of living my life, of approaching this way of being? Now, the thing is, when you follow your gnosis, it's not about instant fixing. Okay, if you are using this to fix your current financial distress, it's not going to give you the solution necessarily. It'll guide you to a job, however, if that is what you wish to do. So, always take care of your basic needs. And sometimes it's just these short circuit um, guidances. But then there is this other aspect of the practice where once you've sorted through your basic needs and you begin to understand and notice how your basic needs are met, and that you genuinely don't need to create and have chaos, but that you can still feel at ease even though you're only receiving a little bit of support, that you can still feel at ease. And it's just to practice a little bit of that. Your gnosis teaches you how to be at ease within your body, how to practice homeostasis, how to practice coherence. And you continue to practice it. You have to continue to practice it even when it's not there. It's a continual choice, it's a continual prayer to you. And I understand that word prayer is can be quite weighted, and it's not something that a lot of you listen to or have or want to. But the thing is, prayer, it's not something that is forced upon you. Prayer is actually a movement, a pulse that it's like a vow that you make. A vow that you make to yourself, a vow that you make that you will hold this space, this reverence, that this is what you're opening your vessel up for. This is what you're opening your body, your mind, your spirit up to. Your emotions begin to move through these depths to really test you and see what it means for you to be living in this prayer, in this vow that you've made, in the spell that you've casted. Our tongues have Our voices, our tongues have the capacity to cut through truth, to not only cut through, but to see it and to take it in. And when you take in what you have said, you understand the value of it, you understand the weight that it has, the responsibility that is required for this to be executed, for this experience to be had and to be lived. You understand what it means, and that becomes your gnosis. And it's interesting though, because your gnosis has this tendency of even having you make prayers and make vows that you didn't know that you understood it, but that these vows and these words that have come out of your mouth, that have come out of your thoughts and your expression, that has come out of your deepest pains and sorrows, there is a part of you that actually understands the responsibility and the weight of it. And now the journey is of you completing that, of you fully putting and bringing together all these little pieces and understanding really what it means for you to embody all of these words that you have expressed and that has come through you. You begin to practice it with reverence. You begin to embody yourself and the words that have come through you. You truly begin to embody you without even intellectually knowing what it is that you're embodying, who you are embodying, and how and why you understand it in the way that you do. But you're beginning to feel it and learn it. You're beginning to feel and learn who you are and what it means for you to truly be fully and authentically you. You begin to understand what it means for you to be you. That's it. You begin to understand what it means for you to be you and alive and to live with this gnosis of what life is, of what it is that you're here to create. You are always creating and you are always going to be directed back towards the path that you're always meant to walk on. You will always, always be redirected. No matter where you are in your life, you will always have to come back home. And it's from that place that you go within for you to create further, for you to expand and grow and generate, to be a generative force of nature. This is where you begin to understand what it means for you to be you. When you begin to understand what that word means, gnosis, to live in knowing, to be expressed and commune with knowing, with source, with yourself, with life. You begin to understand this aspect of you. And you understand that you don't need any more validation, and yet the validation always comes through because it's life around you communicating with you that the way that you're going is necessary. And the way that you're going and moving, it's in congruence because it impacts someone towards their own natural way of being and becoming. Eventually, you begin to, you come to a place where when you impact someone, you get to choose if it's done with providing them a poison or providing them medicine of healing, of nurturing. And you get to even dictate how you wish to administer this medicine, this healing, this awakening. And it doesn't come from forcing, screaming, being allowed, but it's this middle path. And that middle path is actually quite challenging to move through. But you have the tools and you know where to go and you have the people that come meet you. You're not alone moving through this life. There is people here with you that move you and move with you, that live and breathe with you. And you know that. You know when you begin to understand the value of what it means for you to be a human is the fact that you know that not only are you here to follow, but you're also here to lead. In your respective area, you are here to lead. You are here to support. You are here to nurture. You're here to grow together. We are just like nature. We grow in community, in reverence to other species and life. Like plants and flowers outside, yes, like if they're just there, they don't reproduce. There needs to be wind, there needs to be birds, there needs to be insects. All of this, everything has a way and a purpose. And the same applies for us humans. The worlds that we have created and the worlds that have fallen apart, the civilizations, the cultures, the religions, everything that has was and has been created, it had to fall because one, we have evolved as species, and second, our awareness to life continues to shift. Our awareness to life shifts, so that means our sensitivity to life shifts. If you haven't noticed, the younger generation, they're highly sensitive and also highly sarcastic too, so but it's the perfect type of medicine that we as adults, as elders, begin to understand. And I know I said we, and yes, I'm in my 30s, but it's not really. But yes, so elders, they're here to also guide us as much as the young ones are. And these messages, they've always lived, and we know this. We understand to what a degree that our kids, that our young ones teach us more about what it means for us to be the adults and the way showers. We begin to understand what it means to practice the gnosis, to practice our own teachings, to practice what we preach. Life will always mirror to you where you have been asleep. And the thing is, that comes through nature, and that nature is also other humans. And I feel like I'm going to be leaving the message right here. I know it's a little bit of abrupt ending, but I just feel like allowing for nature to really fill the other little silence up, and for you to listen to your own gnosis, for you to understand what it means for you to be you. I truly hope that this guides you further along your path and it's of support and of nourishment for you. And so with this, I'm going to be leaving the message here, and I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.